Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sure that if you're watching this video, you already know what I'm about to talk about. Yes, that is if you watched the last video. If you did not watch that video, my sister, my brother, run right now, go and watch the video, because this is a continuation of Imposter Syndrome. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys the different types of Imposter Syndrome, or the different types of Imposter Syndrome people that there are, so that you will know which one you are and then know how to work with it, how to manage it, and how to become the best version of yourself, achieve your goals. Like I said in the last video, that there are 5: the perfectionist, the expert, the soloist, the superman or superwoman, and then the genius. Yes, let me start with the perfectionist. The dictionary defines a perfectionist as somebody who refuses to accept any standard that is below or short of perfection. If you always feel that it has to be perfect before you do it, or before you start it, or you have to be perfect before you go for that thing or show up for that thing, you know, perfectionism is the voice of the enemy. Even the Bible says that, walk before me and be perfect. That's God speaking, saying that we should walk before him and be perfect. That means that he did not expect that we are perfect, but instead we walk before him and be perfect. So we cannot be perfect until we start walking before God. Hey Jesus, I'm sharing, remember. Yes, we cannot be perfect until we start walking before God. That way we know that you have to start working before you can attain perfection. Perfection in itself can only be attained when you start working. So don't let anything stop you from the process of starting your goal, or the process of achieving what you want to achieve, or limit you. In fact, perfectionism has made a lot of people, I've taken a lot of people far away from God, in the sense that they feel that because they've committed one sin today, they are no longer Christians, they are no longer born again. So they stop praying, they stop talking to God, they stop asking God for things, they stop communicating with God, because they feel like they are not perfect, and so they cannot be close to God. I, for one, I know somebody that is like that, or that used to be like that, until I said, hey, come, no, it is not your righteousness, it's not your perfection that makes God loves you or makes you what you are. In fact, God has said that he did not call the qualified, he qualifies the called. So if you have something to do, and then you're always thinking that if it's not perfect, it's not valid, or you feel like this thing is not perfect, this thing is not perfect, so I can't do it, then that is a sign of Imposter Syndrome, and you're suffering from the perfectionist. So many people spend too much time trying to be perfect before they start something. Instead of that, just start running with it. Just start with what you have. Just start like that. Trust the process and follow the process. If you think that you're a perfectionist, let me know in the comment section down below. And also, this is how to deal with it. First, note that excellence matters and not perfection. Note that you're going to give your best to this thing, and you're going to do it excellently well. You do your best and do it excellently well. That matters more than perfection in itself. Also, completing a task is an achievement in itself and should be celebrated, and not necessarily the making it perfect. So that is to say that the fact that you completed that task is an achievement, either it is perfect or not. Focus more on building and completing. In fact, realize that you are building blocks for something bigger and something better. Like I used to tell people, when you're setting your goals, remember that your goal in itself is a building block to other goals in your life, and is a building block to greater things in your life. So just know that you're just building blocks. Second set of people are the natural genius. You know how people are genius in either reading and passing exams or doing other stuff. For instance, I didn't learn how to make hair. I didn't go to learn. I started just making hair with my mom, for my mom's. I started making my mom's hair, and that was how I learned how to make hair. you know, and then I started going to salons to help out whenever I'm free and whenever I'm on break, you know. And a lot of things that comes to me naturally, like talking. I didn't have to learn how to talk. I started talking since I was small, like, and so many other things. So we're natural genius in different aspects of our life, and there's some people that are real genius, and when we see them, we know that they are genius. They don't struggle with things. They're able to do a lot of things. So when they are now about to start off something and they're not able to do it, and it doesn't come naturally to them, they feel like they are fraud. They feel like they are not good enough. They feel like they don't have the skill or the talent for that thing, just because they cannot do it, like just because it doesn't come to them naturally, like every other thing. So there are some things that will come to you naturally, and there are some things that you have to learn. So if you're a natural genius, know that there's some things that you have to learn, and that things take time for you to learn them. So you have to take your time to learn these things so that you know them and you're able to remove the phrase "I am not just good" from your vocabulary, because this is one of the phrases that people that are natural genius say a lot when they're trying to do something and then they can't get their hands on it. Remove that phrase. Also, natural genius often feel like they are fake because they cannot do something naturally. So they feel like, I'll soon be caught, or I'm only fake. No, it's a lie. You're not fake. You are good. Some things take time to learn. So you're learning, and then you will get better. Are you a natural genius? Let me know in the comments. Third people are the Superman or the Superwoman. So the Superman or the Superwoman want to do everything. See, I'm like that before. Want to do everything, and when we are not able to do one thing, we begin to feel like we're fraud, or we're fake, or we're not good. The truth is, we're not Superman and we're not Superwoman. Yes, we need to ask for help from people when we need help. We need to know that some of our roles, we can let them out to other people. Yes. And we also need to know that we don't have to be able to do everything. There are some things that we should let out to some people to help us with, especially when we struggle with them. So you're not a fraud because you cannot cook, wash, clean the house, bathe the children, go, take them to school, go to work, do this, do that. Please, that's a lot of work. If you're going to be letting out some things, you are not fake. You are not a fraud. I think somebody needs to hear this. If you're going to be letting out some of those things, you are not fake and you're not a fraud. Feeling that comes with being a Superman or a Superwoman is the fact that sometimes we often feel that we know everything and we should not make mistakes. It's a lie. Everybody is allowed to make mistakes. Everybody can commit an error. So allow yourself make mistakes, and when you do, pat yourself in the back. Failure is only a feedback. Yes, allow yourself make mistakes. The fourth set of people is the soloist. The soloist. Only you want to sing alto, soprano, tenor, bass. You want to play the guitar. You want to play the piano. Soloist. The soloist. A lot of us have been there before. We are soloists. We want to do everything by ourselves. We don't want to ask for help. Please, no. You don't have to do everything. You're not El Shaddai. You're not Jesus Christ. You cannot save the whole world. So you don't have to do everything by yourself. You can let it out to some people. It's kind of similar to the Superman and Superwoman. The soloists, they usually feel that the fact that somebody helped them out with the job means that they are fake, or means that they are fraud. For instance, they want to write a book. Maybe they do a voice note and send to somebody, and then somebody wrote it for them, published it. They are scared to talk about it. They are scared to share it. They are scared to sell it because they feel that they are fraud. They are not the ones that wrote the book. Brother, sister, you are not. The fact that somebody helped you to finish something does not mean that you are fake. Sometimes we need other people to help us with things in our lives. So if you're a soloist, this is what you should do. First, I want you to know that everybody that you're looking up to, they have teams. They all have teams. So you to get yourself a team. Second, I want you to know that the things that you're not great at, contract it out, let it out, give it out to people for them to do, so that you can be more productive with your time and do more productive things that you're very good at. Third, cut yourself some slack and ask for help. It won't kill you. The expert, you know, some of us are experts in some things and we still don't see ourselves as such. I'm a very good example. Despite the fact that I have set goals for the longest time in my life, I started setting goals when I didn't even know what goal setting was. I used to call it planning. I can plan for Africa. I've been having jotters and journals since I was very young. Like sometimes I look at some of the things that I have and I'm like, wow. And I look at some of the things that I wrote when I was 12, 13, you know, when I was 10, and I'm like, really? I started planning. I remember when I was very, very young, I started planning. I write out what I want to buy, what I need, what I don't need. I'll plan every single thing. So I've been setting goals, and I've helped a lot of people to set their goals, to achieve their goals. I've helped a lot of friends to achieve their goals. I talk about goal setting a lot. Each time somebody comes to me to say, Esther, I want you to take this, that on goal setting, I'm usually very shy. I'm usually very, no, I don't want to do this. Am I good enough? Don't you think this person is good enough? Most times, let me tell you guys, most times, 90% of the times when you see me talking about goal setting in any platform, just know that I didn't have an option. If I had an option, I'd have run away. Or know that I tried to run away, but it dragged me back. And that is it. We feel like, even though we're experts, even though we've done these things for years, even though we have the certification, you still feel like, oh, you're not good, or oh, you're not up there, or oh, you're not doing this. See, you are good. You are good. The fact that the process has worked for you, self, is enough reason for it to, you know, work for other people. If you try it, and if they try the same principles, no, you are good. Sometimes because we are experts, we want to take a lot of time to plan. We keep on planning, procrastinating, and then it's keeping us from achieving our goals. If you're an expert, let me know in the comment section down below. But this is what you should do. Number one thing, try not to compare yourself with other experts. You are different. There are things that make you up. Even though you guys are experts in the same field, that your makeup is different. You have your unique selling point. You have your unique way of doing things. So you're different from other experts. It will only make it worse if you compare yourself. So try not to compare yourself. Also note that people did not come to listen to you to look for your mistakes. They came to listen to you to hear what the expert has to say. So just let it out. Let it out. Just let them know what you have to say. Guys, let me know which of these you are suffering from. And if you're like me, you're suffering from all of them, let me know in the comment section down below. If you are 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5, or maybe you are all of them, these are the things you should do. The first thing you should do is examine yourself. Be true to thyself. Was it, I can't remember the person that said that. Man, to thyself, be true. Be true to yourself. Tell yourself the truth. Hey, I'm a perfectionist. I'm an expert. This is what is causing my imposter syndrome. You know, be true to yourself. And then 2, write it out. Write out what you feel, how you feel it. Write it out. Yes. Oh, I'm a perfectionist. I feel like things has to be perfect before I'll start them. Oh, I'm an expert. I feel like I'm not capable. I feel like I've not read enough books. I feel like I'm not doing like this other person. Write exactly how you feel. Then, number 3, decide what you're going to do. Yes. As you're writing it down, decide what you're going to do. Then the last and most importantly, write a counter narrative to that. What that means is that for everything that you have written down, write a counter narrative. For instance, you say that I feel like I'm a fraud because I have not done this for a number of years, write it that I am doing well, I am not a fraud, I am learning and growing. People can see that I am learning and growing, and learning and growing is good. Yes, it is good. So guys, thank you so much. If you stayed this long, I hope that this video was helpful. If it was, don't forget to share with your friends, subscribe to my channel, like my videos, invite your friends and families to this place. I want to hear you guys talk in the comment section, really. Bye.